when you're feeling down and like your world's moving slow, just remember your race. It moves at your pace when marching towards your goals. And brighter than the stars. Don't take impossible. Nothing is impossible. You're brighter than the stars. An angel, 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 soaring like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible. Don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Talking with 3D, where real talk is for real people. I am your host, Derrick Durrell Dixon, and today I am so excited I get to interview Angelo Ellerbee is right here in the house, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Plush Work TV. And if y'all don't know Angelo, let me just give you a little tidbit about him. Angelo, he has, when you have people like Michael Jackson, Mary J. Blige, Ronald Isley, Dionne Warwick, Lionel Richie, Ava DuVernay, what do they all have in common? Well, ladies and gentlemen, they turn to the longtime media relations vet, Angelo Ellerbee, and his organization, XXposure, for his career in autistic guidance. Also, he's a humanitarian and activist, a PR specialist. Angelo has brought more to the global community than just entertainment. He's also cemented his dedication to empowering artists, the youth, and those in need for over 4 decades. He's also done things in the HIV/AIDS community and so on, that he has done so much there as well. So I am so excited to have him here today. Mr. Angelo, welcome to Talking with 3D. How are you doing, sir?
I am blessed, and it is my esteemed honor to be in your presence. And I thank you so much for being the catalyst that you are giving back so much of yourself to the community. So I say bravo to you.
Thank you. That's what we are called to do. And regardless of what platform that people do have, if they just realize that, that's what our calling is to do, is to give back to the community. And you as well, doing what you do for different organizations. I see you raising millions worldwide for HIV and AIDS. You're being an advocate for that. So things like that are so important. And a lot of that is, I would say, is a lot of times behind the scenes. And I love the fact that we always don't have to be in the forefront to do things to make a difference. So therefore,
Derrick, that the thing for me, as people may see my career, my life to be behind the scenes,
mm-hmm.
I'm steadfast about bringing the behind the scenes in front of the scenes.
In front of the scenes.
Yeah, in front of the scenes, because I believe people need to know what it is that I do and how I do. My care, my sensitivity about my community, which is the LGBT community. It's very important to me. It's my life. It's my lifestyle. So I want to give back to a community that has been so supportive to me in my endeavors, in my quest. And one of the things that have plagued my community for years and years and years now has been AIDS and HIV. As you know, I work and have been working for Dionne Warwick for the past 38 years.
Yes.
And she's in the forefront of HIV and AIDS. She was the first celebrity, Black celebrity, to embrace this disease. So I spoke in the shadows of her footsteps to keep it in front of everyone, not behind everyone. And that's the problem with so many people, is that they want to keep it in the behind, and I want to bring it in the forefront so that young people today will begin to understand the importance of that disease, how we can treat that disease, where in their communities they can go and get AIDS, how that they can really totally just get involved. There is no secrets to being forward in your direction of life. And so
Right.
why so many people want to talk about what I do is behind the scenes, no, it's in the front of the day-to-day happenings. And particularly, I go from organizations like GLAD and all of the organizations that serve our communities. I also deal with those Black universities,
Mm.
HBUs, wherever the dollars and cents need to be raised. I try to go in there and raise not just the money, but the consciousness and the awareness and the importance of where our people need to be at today in education. My mother always told me, she says, there's many things that they can take away from you, but
Right.
it can never take away that education.
That's
So I'm
right.
in the forefront of trying to raise consciousness, awareness of the educational system and the importance of it.
Do you think, because of the fact that we have been in such a, the pandemic and COVID, do you think that the pandemic, the word COVID, has taken away from a lot of things that we used to put in the forefront when we used to, bring awareness to HIV, to AIDS, to cancer? So there's so many different things that we brought awareness to that we don't discuss anymore. Do you think COVID has kind of pulled away from what that?
Derrick, I absolutely do not believe that.
Okay.
I believe that you have to, in your life, you're going to have detours.
Right.
And you have to learn the importance of getting around that detour to get to the apex of your success. Nothing should stop you from your goal.
Right.
Your goal. So if we look at this pandemic as being the detour, we are complacent with that detour and we can't get nowhere. No, we have to learn the importance of working through every detour in life. We got to get around it, and then it has to be dealt with. So slowly but surely, we're dealing with the pandemic, but there's all other kinds of situations that's happening in this world, and they have to be treated and cared and taken care of while this pandemic is over our head. I said to someone yesterday, it's really important that we take the time to give the time to someone else. Take the time to give the time to someone else.
Right.
Because you think you're doing bad, somebody else is doing worse than you.
That's right.
Find a way to go around it, find a way to uplift them, find a way to encourage them, find a way to give love, find a way. Because a detour stops you from dreaming.
Good. I like that.
A detour doesn't give you your realities.
Right. Right.
So, but when you take the time to figure out how to get around that street sign or that blockage, that's the key. That's the key that unlocks the door to where you want to arrive at.
Wow. Listen, Angela, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to be right back. And because I want to talk about that, knowing how to pursue your dreams, because I think that a lot of times we have the dream, we have the passion, but how do we stay in it? How do we start it and keep going to the end? So when we get back, let's talk about that, the dreams that we want to pursue. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. You are watching Talking with 3D. This is Real Talk for Real People. We'll be right back.
90% of students in grades 4 to 8 have reported being bullied. Over 160,000 children refuse to go to school because of bullying. In fact, you may even know the pain of being bullied. And it hurts. It's time to stop this pain. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn how to prevent bullying.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talking with 3D. I am here with Mr. Angelo, and we are here talking about just things in life. And a lot of what we left off with is talking about, following your dreams, knowing what your dreams are, and knowing what your passion is. And I think that a lot of us have ideas, we have dreams, but is it really your passion? And a passion is something that you may go to sleep with and you wake up thinking about. So when we talk about our dreams, Angelo, how do we really pursue a dream? When you said that I am going to work as a PR person, I'm going to work with Dionne Warwick, I'm going to work with the likes of Lionel Richie. How do you go and say, pursue that and be an activist, and just really just keep moving forward with it? How do you keep your drive?
It's, I'm going to give him all the praise and all the glory because he is first in my life, which is God. He has guided me through every hurdle in my life. He's allowed me to ride in the elevator. The elevator stops, it doesn't go down, it doesn't go up, you're at a standstill. I have learned the importance of consistency.
Yes.
I started my business in New Jersey. Back in the day and the time, I had to go and take the old dining room table out of the garage. We had what was then a team phone. There was no call waiting, it was a team phone. And if somebody called you, the line was busy. I just believe very much in Angelo Ellerbee. I tell myself each and every day, as I tell people, I am romantically in love with me. I love me some me. So when I can love me, I can love Derrick. If I can love Derrick, then I can love everyone. And I teach people how to treat me and how to love me and how to care for me. And I can guide them because the will of God allows me to guide and to teach. Consistency. You see, my background, I started out as a fashion model, from a fashion model to a designer, to a stylist, to an actor, and then on and on. I met and came into the arena of music and entertainment by a fluke. I used to do fashion shows in the city of Newark, for which is my hometown, and I call it the greatest city in the world. And I did all these fundraisers. And so Carmen de Lavalon and Joffrey Holder and Beverly Johnson and Imans and all these people would come out to a city that was deprived of culture. My city was deprived of culture, and I wanted to bring them culture. So every single year for about 20 years, I would have about 2,000-3,000 people to attend. I would go to New York City and get all the 7th Avenue designers, the strongest designers in New Jersey, and we would come together to do these fashion shows. So one young lady happens to be the wife of the late, great, my mentor, James M. Tume, Chameleon Tume, came to me and said, my name is Chameleon Tume. My husband is M. Tume. Well, I didn't know who the hell M. Tume was, but anyway. She says, no, we have a big record out now and it's called Juicy Fruit. And I said, oh, okay. So we began a relationship like a brother, like a sister. I would do so much for her and she would do so much for me. And because I was like a keystone in Jersey, so I can introduce her and I would wear her clothes and I would do all ththese things. And so one day, Mtume came to me and said, if you can do all of this stuff for Camille, why don't you come and work for me? And I was like, work for you? I don't know nothing about music. He says, well, don't you think it's about time to learn something about music? And thus, I went to work. I did his second album cover, which was called You, Me, and He, which was a #1 hit. And I did the styling for the cover. And I worked with Camille and the whole other bit there. So I began in fashion, but then it just progressed because of the relationships that you have. Relationships are so very important for anyone. To know how to keep, hone your friendships. And the word friend can be split in the middle. You got to be careful who you call your friend. Because if you take the word friend and split it in the middle, you got the end of a friend. So you have to be very, in this industry, you have to be very, very careful about who you call your friend and who you bring in your camp. Positive vibes, positive thoughts, claiming victory. To answer your question, I always thought that I was great, and that's not me. That's not being arrogant. It's not even being deliciously arrogant. It's just being confident.
Right.
And so when you're confident, you want to think great things and that you can accomplish whatever you want to. At 17, I never thought that I would go live in Paris for 2 years.
Wow.
I lived there for 2 years. I did whatever I needed to do to remain there because my mother said, now how you get over there is on you and how you get back is on you. You got one phone call, collect call that you can use. After that, don't call me, write me. So all of these things will come my way. And I just believe that if it's a dream, if it's something that you really, really want, and money was never, ever, ever, ever considered in any of the things that I did, from off-Broadway to Broadway to dancing, nothing, it was never money. It was a passion. I wanted to be great, and then I wanted to go to be greater, and then I wanted to be the greatest at what I did. And I would keep people who were part of my team. I mean, they must have called me the evil witch from I don't know, Zamazar, because I always believed that people say you can push a button. Yeah, I can push a button, but why am I pushing the button from you? You don't learn from me pushing a button. You learn from me by being with me and following the yellow brick road. And you will find in that road of success that you're the genius. You're the one that's going to claim the victory. You're the one that's going to win it. And you're the one that should share it. So going through life, now at 65 years old, it's real clear for me at this stage of the game that there's another horizon that I want to claim. There's another, people believe when they get to be a certain age, they need to stop, right? As long as those checks keep coming in here, I'm not stopping.
That part, right.
19 people on my roster. I've been doing this for 55 years. It's a passion.
It's a passion.
It's consistent, and it's consistency. I've never, ever went after any clients. It was all about reputation, about relationship, about referrals. So you can be, I happen to represent this lady, 81 years old, Dionne Warwick. Her career is blossoming like a tree all over again. You got to claim that victory. You got to stay focused. You got to say, this is me, and I need to become relevant to the world all over again. Whatever marketing strategies you have, whatever team you have, you pull them together and you say, we got to win again.
There was just so many nuggets, so many things that you have just said, and just that sentencing that you put together, the one thing, relationships are so important and they're so powerful. If you surround yourself with the right people, you never know how far you can go, but it's building those relationships and trusting those relationships. And I also believe that just the things that we put out in the atmosphere, because if we put positive things, it bugs me so much when I hear that people always complaining what they can't do, or this is not going to happen, this is not going to happen, it's taking too long. You never know when. Dionne Warwick at 81 years old, still going strong, still believing, still knowing that she has it to be out there. So you can't tell me, oh, I can't do it. And Dionne Warwick at 81 years old is being relevant today. We all know Dionne Warwick. And if she was to go out on concert and tour and everything, we'd be sitting right there in that arena waiting for her to come out.
Let me try to tell you something. She has a residency that she starts in March in Vegas. She goes on a world tour starting in London, and it goes on. Listen, you can sit back and make excuses for why you're not doing what you want to do. That's on you. Don't blame no man. Don't blame, oh, my wife left me. Oh, my child went there. That's excuses. Those are called excuses. When you put your eyes on the prize and you claim the victory and you put God first and you go out and say, this is what I want And you can get what you want if you work for it. When somebody wants to give you something, Derrick, say, no, thank you.
Right. Okay.
Show me where I can go and get it. Teach me how I can do it. Let me invest in me. Let me make a deposit into my own account. Let me be able to make a withdrawal from my account, not from yours.
Right.
I want to learn. I don't want you to do anything for me. It's like cheating on an exam. Why are you cheating? Because just to get through? I like A's. I'm not trying to get a B, and I'm not trying to get a C. I ain't trying to see my way through life. I want to go through the hard. Look, I don't drink instant coffee. I drink brewed coffee.
No, that's right.
Things that take time.
Right.
The aroma, the simmering of it all. And that's just how I look at my life. I want nothing instant. I don't want instant romance. I don't want anything instant.
Come on then.
You know, I want everything that I can wait for.
Yes.
You never know your time.
Yes. You never know.
Your time.
You never know. I love telling the story where me and Mike Lee, who is the producer of Talking with 3D, when we met. And the first time we had a brief conversation. It wasn't really about anything. And then we kind of didn't talk for maybe about 3-4 months. Then we came back around again and brought this conversation kind of like where we left off. But again, it was like you're saying, I didn't want something instantly. I wanted something that was going to brew into something that I love to do, that I can wake up thinking about, I can go to sleep thinking about. And we collaborated and became this great team. Before, and I've worked with other people, and not to talk down about them, but it wasn't the same magic. You know, now I feel like I have that magic. I'm learning, I'm seeing different things, I'm feeling different things because somebody has given me the opportunity to be me, to discuss what I want to talk about, to talk like I want to talk, to say what I want to say. So you have to surround yourself around people. When they always say like-minded people, me and Mike were having conversations about how we fell in love with the arts. And it was almost the exact same path. And when you connect with people like that, it's God-given. And you have to understand that, you know, God just waits. He just waits. You pray about it and you say you want to do this and everything. You better be available and open and ready for when he opens up them doors. Because if you're not, you're going to miss everything. And I was ready and available for when those doors were open. And this is where I'm at today. And we're going nowhere but higher. So the words that you are saying right now, I am just soaking this in because there's still so much for me to learn. There's still so much for me to go.
You know, the key thing is life is nothing but a big stage, and we're merely actors and actresses. And every day we get life scripts. We get life scripts. Do you know how to read that script? Do you know how to play that role? I don't need permission to be me. I don't need permission to be me. I love me some me. And however you think about me, that's your business.
Right.
That's not my business. Because I love me so much that I can love you more.
Okay.
You the importance of loving yourself and putting the right people around you. When you put good energies around you, first of all, you got to put God around you.
Yes.
When you put God around you and you believe in him, you got to honestly believe in him. And I talk about it. And I ain't ashamed of him, and he ain't ashamed of me.
Right, right.
When you have no shame and no fear about who you are and where you come from, and that's acceptance.
Yes.
You got to accept you for other people to accept you. If you are funny and crazy about who you are as an individual, well, they're funny and crazy about how you are as well, right?
As an individual.
That's just how that goes down.
Right, right.
So the key thing is moving forward, never looking back, taking those things that happened in the past. Don't look at them as failures, but look at them as learning lessons.
Right.
I did it that way before. I always say in one of my books, you have to understand why you fell down. And now while you're down there, find out how you're going to get up and why you fell down and how you're going to get up and start this show all over again. Don't nobody care that you're down there. They don't care.
Right. They don't even know that you're there, down there.
And couldn't care, wouldn't help you off of that floor.
Right. And look, and won't even help you up from there.
No. Because, and I don't believe that they should help you up because you fell down there by yourself, didn't you?
There you go. There you go.
You have to understand, and you can't become accusatory to why you fell down there.
Right.
Don't say somebody pushed me there. You fell.
Right.
And so many years ago, when my office was on 7th Avenue, I think it was about 18 or 19 people that I employed. And my accountant came up, I think this was after maybe the 23rd year, 24th year of being on 7th Avenue. He said, Angelo, do you have some money that you got hidden somewhere? I said, no, I ain't got no money hidden. You know where my money is? He said, okay, I'm gonna give you 2 months to pack up this floor, because I had a floor, and get the hell out of here. You need to find a smaller space. So I called my mother, Miss Wizard of All. And you gotta remember, my mother was born in 1929, all right? That sets the tone in North Carolina, right?
Right.
So I said, Mama, I called, and she said, boy, what do you want? I said, Ma, I got something I really want to talk to you about. She says, well, I'm in the kitchen cooking my greens. This better be important. So I go on. And I said, Ma, I have to move to a smaller place. She got quiet. And I said, I don't know what to do. I have to let people go. No other bit. And she said, let me ask you a question. Where did you start this mess at? In my basement, right? I said, yes. She said, so do you think maybe you can start it all over again? I said, yeah. She said, okay, pack that. I can't tell you what she said. Get out of there and start all over again.
Right.
So the reality for me was, it's okay to start all over again. It's okay to file bankruptcy because white folks do it every single minute. But when we go to do it, it's another story. But my mother gave me the freedoms to say that and do that I can start all over again. And when I'm saying to your viewers tonight, if you fall down, know that you can start all over again with God.
Yes.
So you claiming victory, you fighting the fight, and know that he's going to protect you, and you will see the strength that you just acquire. You acquire the strength. Sometimes I get up in the morning, I light all the candles through the apartment, and I just talk to God. And I just talk to him. I don't have many friends, because I tell you how I define friend.
Okay.
Indeed, that's what friends are for me. I do have great relationships with people, but you earn your friendships with me. So I got so involved in understanding who he was and what he meant for me. And what he means for me.
Right.
Never looked at any failures in life. It's always been experience to be applied. I apply it to me, and I apply it to everybody that's around me. And I take the time to explain to them that experience. These kids today gotta stop, slow it down. I know everything is an Instagram and everything is a Facebook and everything is technology. So you gotta stop and do it. Slow it down. Slow that train down. It's not the midnight train, the Georgia train. Slow it down.
Slow it down.
Understanding of how you're gonna go and select your team. And a team could be your friends. It could be the team that's going to guide your career, and be very selective about how you want to enter it into the relationship, for however the relationship may be.
Yes.
Select the people around you. The biggest worry in my whole life, they always used to say, is money is the root of all evil. And I said, oh, no, hell no.
Right.
It's jealousy. Jealousy is the root of all evil, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
People have to learn to be happy for one another. People have to learn to applaud one another. People have to learn to how to bring communities of people together and teach them and share them and grow them and be them and help them.
Yes. We've lost that skill. We've lost that skill. And we have to learn, as you're saying, to bring that back. Listen, we're going to take another quick break. This is some great talk that we're having today. Again, I'm just soaking this all in. It's like, this is my first day on this show when it's not, but it's like my first day in this show, and it's growing me more and more and more. And I just feel so motivated just to know that I am in the right place at the right time. And when people just understand that about themselves, there's no stopping you. Listen, we're going to talk about creating your circle and what it's like you're saying, those relationships and stuff, how we create those and trust those that are within our circle. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Talking with 3D. This is Real Talk for Real People. I am here with my guest, Mr. Angelo Ellerbee. Don't go anywhere.
When we felt like we didn't have anything, it was music that gave us a voice. We could tell each other in a song what we couldn't say in words. Learning music changed us, making us even smarter. We learned to harmonize.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back right here on Talking with 3D on Plush Work TV. I am here with Angelo Ellerbee. And again, we are just talking about life, situations, how to handle situations. And before we left, I wanted to talk about a little bit more about creating those circles. And a lot of times we always say my circle is tight. I have a lot of people in my circle. You see a lot of our singers or rappers, and they go out and they're going out with, 50 deep with all these people, and half those people they can't even trust. If they were to turn their backs on them, they wouldn't be able to trust them in their own homes. So it's not for me to take away from how you want to create your circle or your life. I'm not telling you how to run that. But the thing is that I think we have to be cautious if we want to be successful in a lot of things. You don't have to run around with 50 people and you spending money here and there and throwing money away and stuff like that. Your circle, to me, my way would be tight. I want to know who, I remember Oprah always saying she writes every single check or signs every single check that goes out that door, that goes out to anyone. She signed those checks. So therefore she knew where her money was going. A lot of people, I remember, allegedly, R. Kelly couldn't even add up his bank account, and people stole from him. But those are people in his circle. So, Angela, how do we those relationships, those circles, and everything? What do you say about that? About us developing those circles, those creation, those people, within.
I think you have to start with understanding the importance of the business of music. Keyword, the business of music. Once we define and understand that it's a business and it's not a friendship, we have a starting point and a direction to understand this is my business. I always tell people what you put in is what you get out. You can't go to the bank and put nothing in and think you're gonna get something from it, right?
Right.
So, and then it's a key word in this industry is called recoupables. Recoupables, as like everyone would think that a record company is just giving you money for a tour or giving you money for recording or giving you, nobody is giving you anything.
Right.
It's called recoupables. So before you go to say, I want my boy next door and my sister and my boy down the street to go with me, the key word to bring to your mind is non-recoupables. No one has given you anything. Before you get your money, they get their money. And then you get the rest of, you get the balance. So you want to become very selective as to who is going to travel with you. And everybody wants to be fabulous. Oh, my makeup artist has to come, my stylist. You know what? You need to take a lesson on how to do your own makeup. Go pay for a lesson so you'll know what brush to use and what lipstick to wear, and you need to take a lesson and how to put your clothes together, and have a stylist to come in and say, for a month, this is what you wear in the street.
That's right.
Clothes, right? So you're
That's right. Just like when we were children, your mother had to lay out your clothes to go to school. There you go.
So, and then you talk. So now what we're learning is the importance of how we select our team and how we select our relationship of friends. Because now it's about the business.
Right.
It's not about the friendship. The friendship will end in business.
Yes.
A friendship will end in business. You can't be my friend and do business with me.
That's right.
I tell people, I'm never, ever going to win a popularity contest. First and foremost, I'm a businessman. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Not in front of me, you ain't going to do that. But at the end of the day, I got to conduct my business. I got to get paid, and all the people that work with me got to get paid. And so there's a structure to it all. And I can't bring Tom and Peter and Joe and all these people, and they don't get paid. Because now you're in my pocketbook.
Right.
So the key thing is understanding recoupables. Once you understand recoupables, you can easily select your team. Because your team that goes on the road with you, they got to get a per diem to eat.
That's right.
The hotel rooms got to be paid for. The ground transportation got to be paid for. The flights got to be paid for. So just think about if you're out for 2 months. Think about it.
That's
out for 2 months. All of those people got to get a weekly salary. They got to eat. That's your money.
That's right.
So I've learned I have a 24-week artist development program where I teach, educate, hopefully stimulate and motivate them to the awareness of interview techniques and table manners. Things that mama and their daddies ain't taught them, that's what I teach. And then I do taxation, their publishing, all the things that you need to know as a businessman. I don't necessarily endorse, I'm gonna say it, I don't endorse managers that don't have a history in relations to the business.
Right.
And it's the boy next door that is going to orchestrate your career. You want someone that can take you to the next level, someone that can teach you and show you the way and have relationships so that you can see the next level of your career. So Bobby next door, you can't hire him because he rolls a joint good.
Okay.
But they do that.
Right.
So you have to understand that I managed DMX for 5 years.
Okay.
That structure of it all, when I walked into it, it was hilarious to me.
Wow.
It was like, wow, all these people, what are they here for? What do they do?
Right. You got the runners, you got this person, and it doesn't add up.
So I'm saying, as I said to Earl X, as I said to so many of the artists, take some time to understand the business. There is absolutely no stupid question. Ask it a million times. If you get a contract and you don't understand that damn contract, say, you know what? I didn't go to the third grade. Can you break this down to third grade level so I can comprehend it? I don't care what, you can call me stupid, you can call me an idiot, you can call me whatever, but I tell you what, I'm going to read that contract and understand what I'm signing, because that's the commitment that I'm making for 5 years of my life, my career.
That's right.
Another side that we didn't get a chance to talk about is the investment. of the artists and how they go to invest their money, or they don't invest their money, but they should invest their money, and how they should put things away in stocks. All of these are the things that people are not even talking about anymore, but they need to talk about it. They need to talk about it because there are so many people in the Caucasian community spend time in educating theirs.
Yes.
But those same people are ripping, you know, it's slavery all over again in the industry. I don't care what nobody says. It's still blatantly, straight up, dead racism. However you look at it. It's still different. I was a senior vice president of Island Black Music under the president Hiram Hicks. And I just was always in awe about the separation of the Black music side to the pop side, and how we ran those things that were Black, but we were not included in those things that were white.
Right.
We can go in their meetings. But see, I'm this kind of guy from Newark, New Jersey. I played their game. You know what I used to do late at night?
What's that?
Stayed until 11 or 12 o'clock at night when I know nothing but the senior people were around. And I would sit there and I would observe, and they would see me in there working. Oh, they would come in and they would say, "What are you still doing here?" And then I would go, da-da-da, give a history. And one day, the chairman of the board came in. And so he says, "Oh, so you're Angelo?" And I was like, "Yes, sir, I'm Angelo." Da, 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 da. And I was giving him ideas, just talking, just having a conversation. He said, "Would you mind coming into the marketing meeting tomorrow morning?" This was the white marketing meeting.
Wow.
All we could do was walk past that glass room.
That's right. And yeah, right. And don't even wave. Just keep walking.
Walking. I went inside of the meeting. And so when I went inside of the meeting, everyone turned around and said, "I think you're in the wrong meeting, Angelo." And Joe stood up and said, "No, he's not in the wrong meeting. I asked him to come here." And I started representing Pat Benatar.
Wow.
From that. Wow. But so it's all about where you put yourself at, the relationships that you make, the things that you, but it's the confidence that you have.
Confidence.
It's confidence.
Yes.
If you believe somebody else you can make somebody else a believer.
That's right.
You gotta believe it.
Right, but you have to believe it first.
You gotta believe it first.
You gotta be like Dorothy from The Wiz, and know if I click these heels 3 times, I'm gonna make my way home.
Yeah.
You have to believe.
You do. You really do have to believe. And I'm a staunch supporter of people who fall down and get back up.
Right.
I love it. I love it. I have a book out called The Scent of Success. And the book is about those artists who, yesteryear's artists who want to start all over again, but are afraid to do so.
Right.
What do you have to lose? And everybody wants to make an excuse about why they can't do this. I'm old. Okay, yes. You understand you're old. So take your ass down to the gym. Go get you some fresh new makeup. Fit you. Work on that voice. Get that vocal coach in there. And if you did it one time, you can do it again, again, and again. Life is not a bed of roses. It's not.
That's right.
Sometimes it's how you water your seeds. You can spring up daffodils or you can spring up roses. It depends on how you plant it, how you grow it, and most importantly, how you nurture it.
Right.
That's right. You get to see what you planted and how it came out as a shining example of a full garden that not just in the springtime, but all 4 seasons, they rise to the occasion. I always believe that there's a winner in everyone. I don't shut the door on anyone. I come from a family with alcoholics and drug addicts. You know what? I love them the same. And I have to understand why they are in the situation. I ain't nobody's judge and jury. Nurture them, love them, give them a chance. And they're going to fall down about 5 times, but you know you ain't judge and jury because you got everybody, everybody want to run to the church.
Yes.
And they want to preach. Oh, you know what? You're in the church because you're a sinner.
Right.
And you want to get, so We all are, and we all deserve a chance to get better and to do better.
That's right.
And that's always my message. Don't shut the door on somebody because they did something wrong. It's even when people are in jail, in prison. You know, once you go to prison, you got a record, you ain't getting no job.
That's right. You ain't getting a job, you ain't getting a house, you ain't getting a good car.
You ain't getting nothing. So,
nothing.
But you know what? But now I think times are changing. And we have to allow people to make mistakes and fix them.
Yes.
Everybody deserves a chance.
And that's, again, understanding that stop living in your past. Stop living in your past and stop blaming your past. There's nothing that you can change about that.
You did them, though. But
you did them.
You did them.
You know,
somebody else, oh, you know, that girl, she used to do meth, and she did the meth. I just started doing, no, you did it because that's what you wanted to do. Don't blame that girl.
That's right.
You smoked that joint because you wanted to smoke that joint, right? Don't put it on nobody else. And so you got to accept the highs and the lows of life and know how to get around that detour of life.
Yes.
And stay focused on, fall down, get up, understand why you have, but stay progressive in your plight.
Stay progressive. I'm telling you, the detour of life is what a lot of times, that detour, when people see that sign, we think, oh, I got to turn around. I got to go over here. It's going to take me longer. That's right. That's what a detour is. But the detour is made so many times to keep you out of danger. Because why? They're fixing some stuff up there. Something fell down. Something's not right up that way. So therefore, there's a detour to take you around to keep you out of harm's way. But we want to say, well, you know what? It's telling me to follow this, but I'm going to go this way. Well, listen, you went off the detour path. So therefore, now you got to fight your own way through. The detour is there for a reason. We have to understand that reason.
Yeah, but I always say you have to learn from those detours too.
But you got to learn from them. Yes. Yes, you have to learn from them.
We're not Humpty Dumptys.
Yes.
we don't have 100 people to put us back together again, right?
Yes.
So we got to figure out how we fell down, how we going to get up, and how we going to stand tall again.
That's right. Stand tall. And so I don't want to run out of time before we talk about several fantastic artists that you worked with, that you are working with, Dionne Warwick and everything. Tell us what that was like, that experience, the experience that you have now working with these great artists, to work with someone as the legendary Dionne Warwick. You know, every time I hear Dionne Warwick, I think of her and Gladys singing together. It's just legendary. Those are the people we grew up with, I grew up with. And you just like, oh my gosh, that was music.
Let me tell you, I am romantically in love with Dionne. I laugh at it. We have had a 38-year working relationship, and our relationship has been an elevator ride. We have shared our good times and our bad times and those rough times. The thing that I learned the most about Miss Warwick, and I happen to admire, whatever was going on in her life, may it be good, bad, or indifferent, she never stopped.
Never stopped.
She never stopped. She would say, well, okay, baby, let's just go ahead and do this thing. Let's do that. She learned how to get around it all and to stand tall in it. And so that relationship with her it means a lot to me.
Right.
It's not even, I don't even know if you can call it work, because when we get on the phone, and I mean, the business always gets done, but we always got to fuel each other with some laughing moments.
That's right.
I call her, her first name is Marie.
Okay.
So there's Marie, and then there's Dionne, and then there's Miss Warwick. And for 38 years, I've always called her Miss Warwick.
Okay.
And people say, why do you call her Miss Warwick? because she's Miss Warwick. Now I tease her because I call her Lady Warwick.
Lady Warwick.
Lady Warwick. And then I'll say to her, I said, is Miss Warwick in today? Because when you get Marie, that means you better sit down and buckle down. You're about to go for it. You're about to take you for a ride. I said, I'm not trying to talk to Marie today. It sounds like this is Marie on the phone. I don't want to talk to Marie.
Right.
All right, Marie, can you go back and tell Miss Warwick to call me when she gets in? It's just, it's funny. She's about her business. I can almost finish her thoughts. I can tell people what's going to be and what it ain't going to be. And she's very well informed, and she's just a good conversation. You can just learn so much from. Oh my God! It's when she goes to speak to me, I always try to hold on to those special moments.
Right. Right.
Those special moments of just learning more about her. I love her a lot.
Okay.
I love her a lot, and I've learned a lot from loving her, and I've learned a lot because she taught me a lot.
Right.
And then equally, I've taught her a lot.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
and I think that's the winning results.
Right.
Is that we teach each other, and you know, she may say, no, I don't think I want to do that. And I would say, well, Ms. Warwick, I think you should A, B, C, and A, and this is why. She said, makes sense. Okay, maybe I should.
Right.
So I can't just be a listening ear, and I'm not nobody's secretary. So I don't get paid to kiss your butt. I'm not kissing butt.
That's right.
I'm getting paid because of my intellectual properties that I provide. So we have conversations, and we discuss, and we share, and we have management calls, and we have social media calls. We all get on and we talk about the direction that we have. I'm also working with Robert Kubel and Kool and the Gang.
Kool and the Gang, right.
They're into their 50th year, and they're about to take a residency that I'm very happy about in Vegas. But recently, my mentor was James Ntume, and everybody wants to remember Ntume from Juicy Fruit.
Yes.
There's such a history there. Take Juicy Fruit and put it to the left. The contributions that this man has made, from an activist to a radio personality, to a TV producer, to a songwriter, but you know, the movies that he did, you know, Oprah Winfrey's first movie was a movie called The Native Son. It was her first movie, and it was Ntume's first movie doing the soundtrack.
Okay.
Nobody doesn't know, you know, Ntume, Juicy Fruit. No. The Closer I Get to You by Roberta Flack. Back Together Again by Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. You Know How to Love Me by Stephanie Mills. Phyllis Hyman. And it goes on. And then there's a whole block of history on jazz. He toured with Miles Davis for 10 years. His father was Jimmy Heath, and it was the Heath brother. So it's that's what I'm missing, and then that's what I'm fighting for, to tell his story. We can go on. I mean, unfortunately, we talk about DMX. Right. You know, I worked for him for 5 years, 6 years as his publicist, 5 years as his manager. Then I became the president of his record label, Bloodline. And that was an experience. Right. You know, everybody said, I know that must have been a roller coaster ride. No, everything that I put my hands on is a roller coaster ride.
That's right.
But I always get something from it. And I learned from it. I really did. You know, people say, I learned from it. Right. And I am very, very thankful that he gave me an opportunity to work on 8 major motion pictures. Wow. And I got credits for producer credits, executive producer credits. You know, these are things that people fight for and go to school for. I'm a humble young man from Newark, New Jersey with a degree in fashion design. Not a degree in nothing else but that. So when these people come my way, I don't look like these are God-given gifts, and I have to take them and make them work.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, you can go on and on from the Beverly Johnsons to So it's just it's a wide variety of people that I represent, that I have represent, that I continue to represent, and I don't look at them. I'm not their fan. You know,
Right.
They have many fans all over the world, but I'm not one of their fans.
Yes.
I work for them.
And you work for them. I remember I had the pleasure of being in DMX's video Party Up, and when I was living in Houston, Texas. And it was down in Galveston, and I got to play one of the police officers, and he flew in on a helicopter, and they landed him on the roof, and the girls screaming and hollering. And at that time, I really didn't know DMX. I was just wanted to be in this video. I got hired to be in the video. So then that's when I learned of DMX and his incredible story. So like you say, a lot of times you work for people. You're not their big fans, but you work for people. But listen, Angelo, I truly appreciate you coming on, talking with 3D, and because this has been an eye-opener for me. And I hope that there are listeners out there today that you have taken what we have discussed today, because you want to do so many different things, and this doesn't always have to be in the entertainment business. Whatever you go out in life to pursue, just make sure that you have the right people around you, people that want to invest in you, the detours that you're going to have to go through, times that you fall, pick yourself back up, because the fact is, this is your dream. This is your passion. This is something that you love to do. Do not let anyone stop you from doing what you want to do. I could have given this up a long time ago, going through COVID, and we got to do it via Zoom and things like that. But the thing is that I get to meet so many great people now, and I get to have these conversations and continually learn myself. Every day is an opportunity for me to learn something new. So remember that. Mr. Ellerbe, thank you so much again. And I just look forward to having more conversation with you on camera, off camera, because it's building those relationships. And I believe, I'm going to speak it now, I'm going to get in that circle to become one of them friends. That's what I'm going to do.
I want to say, Derrick, it was all my pleasure. And I want you to know that you can always reach out. You reach out, I'm going to always try to touch. That's what life is about. Try to touch a soul, motivate a soul, listen to, these ears are here for a reason. And we as a people must begin to listen.
Yes.
And comprehend and listen. Those are the key qualities of winning and having a relationship, is listening to someone else and helping them to solve their problem. That brings the bond between two individuals. So again, it was my pleasure to be a part of your program. And I thank Mr. Michael Lee for his kindness and him bringing me closer to get to know you a little bit better. So I thank the both of you all for the time. My pleasure.
And we can find you on your website. Can you give us your website?
Sure, it's XXposure. So it's dxxnyc.com. That's D as in David, XX as in X-ray, NYC.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here on Talking with 3D. Send Miss Lady Dion Warwick our love. And
I absolutely will.
Anytime she wants to come on Talking with 3D, she is more than welcome to do so.
I
would love to have her as my guest.
I will truly talk to her tomorrow morning and let her know that I was on the Derrick Durrell Dixon show, 3Ds. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Angelo. I sincerely appreciate you, sir. Again, thank you.
When you're feeling down and like your world's moving slow, just remember your race. It moves at your pace when marching towards your goals. And brighter than